All right. Hello and welcome back to Spa Marketing School. This is a new series brought to you by Atto Aesthetics, where we are sharing bite-sized marketing tips in 15 minutes or less to help you get more profit in your spa. And today I'm joined with Coach M. So excited to have you here. We're diving into pre-sales. And this is something that your spa is incredible at, something that you focus on quite a bit. And it's different than how most practices will do it. So many practices get stuck in that, having thousands of dollars tied up on their shelves, which, I do believe there's always going to be pros and cons to both methods. But you're very focused on profit in your practice. You have a med spa up in Canada, and doing pre-sales has been a great way to help you really maintain that great profit margin.
Absolutely. And you can do this for events, but you can also you can do this on a day-to-day as well. It doesn't have to be a technique only for events or launches. It can be for day-to-day. If you don't have a product on the shelf, use the pre-sale technique, order it. They'll get it a few days later. No problem. You have your sale.
I think that's something you really have to create a culture of, though,
Yes.
in your spa. And you as the provider have to have the language and the comfort to be able to make that recommendation instead of going into the panic of, I don't have it, and then making it this negative thing. It's, hey, we're going to get it shipped directly to your door.
Exactly.
So you have a private label line in your med spa, and you were launching a new product called Cashmere. And this was something that you ended up doing $8,000 in pre-sales on a new SKU, which I think, spa owners out there and practice owners, they're going to say, okay, well, I want to do that, because there's always this, like, are my patients going to like it? Are they going to purchase it? And am I going to invest? Like, how many SKUs should I actually order? I don't want to go too little. I don't want to go too much. So talk to me about the process, the timeline, how you're seeding this, whether that's on social media or with your patients that are coming into the practice. How are you actually going through and getting these sales?
So I think there's three distinct parts to this. Obviously, you need your offer, right? You need to understand, what are you launching? Are you doing a whole product line? Are you doing one product? You need to know what your offer is. In our case, it was a new launch of our newest product. Done. The second part is going to be the marketing around it. So, we all have different spas and different practices. So marketing techniques are going to vary for sure. For myself and the spa, I'm very good at organic marketing. I'm good at emails because the conversion is really high. So I always do client lists, of course. I'm going to make sure that I tell my best top clients about what is going on. And I do it in person because I see them on a monthly basis. We have a membership program. They come in every month. I start the seeding process probably a good 2 months before, and I just seed it without releasing all the information, right? So they get excited about it. I do the same with emails, and I do the same with stories on Instagram. So I feel like stories are like the new, people like the background stuff. They like the authentic imaging and things like that. So stories, I think, are very good for us for that. So the marketing piece, that's what it is basically. And then after that, once you know what you're promoting, what your offers are, and you're giving the information to your clients, then you do the pre-sale technique, which is the final thing. So how that works is that you're telling your clients, hey, we're having this on this day. It's a virtual event. You don't have to come in. I will take the heavy lifting for you, and I want your list of products. They give you their lists, so it helps you for inventory, right? Like you kind of know, okay, like how much money do I need to spend in inventory? And the day of the event, you literally just pass all your orders. We have Mangomint, so we manually just passed all the sales. We have their credit card on file. And then, I mean, for us, we didn't have all our stocks in for the event, but it didn't matter because they got the promotion. It's like an online sale. Hey, I want the deal. I'm going to prepay the day of the event and I'll get it a couple days later, no problem. So once you have that cycle going, it's very easy to redo it on a Yeah.
So were you launching this when you're marketing it? Are you talking about the release of Cashmere, or are you doing it as an online retail event happening at this time of year? Because I also
Yeah.
know, the bit of information that we're not sharing here as well is that you knew you were going to introduce this SKU. You knew the texture and consistency of it. You knew, being in Canada, the time of year, because our home care regimens often change with the seasons, and people were going to want something a little more hydrating and luxurious as the winter was coming in. So there was that strategic positioning as well. But I'm wondering, for practices in different areas, could this be an online retail event that they are doing in on a quarterly basis to get
100%.
that extra boost, even if they're not launching a new
100%.
product?
100%. You can do this. I positioned it because I had a new product and I just felt like it was a nice way to launch it. But you can literally do this 4 times a year, 2 times a year if you want to be a little bit more, minimum on it. But you can position it as, hey, this is our spring or fall online product event, and you use the pre-sale technique to give them, the deals. So it doesn't have to be a new product. It doesn't have to be a launch. You can just use what you have on the shelf. No problem.
This is really reminding me also of a strategy that we use in events when, a lot of times events, when you're having that more open house style of event and there's so many people in, and you can just feel, as the owner, you're supposed to be the floater, but you're, oftentimes the one that's like running around, and, the something happens at the front desk and then you get behind there and start ringing things up, and, like whatever happens. But really, you need to be consulting. And so when you have an event, if you can do consultations in advance
Exactly.
with your existing patients and really have the time to talk through with them and get clear on, hey, let's make your plan for the year and let's look at what's your home care needs, what's your, what kind of treatments are you going to want to do, what are your maintenance, what are any specific things that we're wanting to address. You do that ahead of time, and then they can actually enjoy the party. So it's like you took that concept, which is brilliant, by the way, to then apply it to this. I mean, an $8,000 boost of revenue from retail. Love that. Who doesn't want that? And it's a fun, exciting little mini event that's not going to leave you with any type of event hangover.
Drained. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not at all. Not at all.
Okay, I love that. So I want each of you out there to really focus, think about, allow your mind to open in the different things that are possible for you. How can you use what you have? How can you make it fun and exciting and create it as an event, or as, seeding the information, positioning it at the right time of year, but really utilizing this strategy to get more profit in your business. We know that patients that purchase retail come back and receive services more frequently, especially those that are using purchasing 3 or more SKUs from you. So it's a really, really great strategy. Thank you so much for sharing. And we'll see you guys next week.